Hello, I'm April, and welcome to the 5-minute grant making sessions, a dive into the Spencer Foundation. If you're in the field of education, it's very likely that you have heard of or come across the Spencer Foundation. They are a very, very strong funder in the field of education and using their terminology in transformative impact in education. So, a few good things about Spencer is precisely this sort of look into transformation. Their latest program is called the Vision Grants, and the Vision Grants are actually also the highest funding program they have, goes up to $3.5 million. It starts with a proposal to build a team to create the $3.5 million proposal. So they give you, in a way, two stages until you get to that. That is just to reflect how well structured they are and how knowledgeable they are about the needs of proposers and grant work and how familiar they are with the realities of grant making. And going further into that, another good thing is that they have field initiated programs. So for example, they're small and large grants, which range from $50,000 to $500,000 for the projects. They are field initiated, so you can choose what you want to propose to study. If you are proposing to Spencer, a very interesting thing to do is to really go into the materials that they give you, and they have a very good set of resources, including, for example, recent awardees and who has been funded before. That's always a really interesting resource. And even if they don't have the actual project, they do share who the universities and the PIs are, so you can search for them and you can read about their projects outside and understand more about what has been funded and consequences of that if you wish to apply for Spencer. Another set of great resources they have for applicants includes guides. They have an infographic about their review process, which is actually very simple but very clarifying. And they will offer even resources on policies and, for example, applicant information policies and all the details in the FAQs that we might have related to applying for Spencer. Another really great resource that I highly recommend you to become familiar with is the Spencer Annual Report. So this is readily available for download, and it includes very interesting information, including the methodological distribution of submissions, for example. And this is very uncommon from funders. I haven't come across this kind of metric in many of the funder reports that I have seen. And one thing that's interesting is that you can see how many proposals have come through with that methodology. We see, for example, mixed methods here at the bottom with 632 projects. And what this tells you is that they are familiar with mixed methods. So if you have a mixed methods proposal and you are a little uncomfortable and not knowing if they're going to get it or not, if they understand mixed methods and why mixed methods can be a good approach, it's very likely that they will get it based on this graph, for example. So this is the kind of information that you can get from their annual report to really become familiar with what Spencer is looking at. And they'll go on and on about it and elaborate a lot on these items, and it's really interesting. I think the annual report is probably one of the best sources to actually get to know them a little better. And then, of course, coming back to the website, navigating through the myriad of resources that they offer, including an array of different funding opportunities. Some field initiated, such as the small and large grants, and others more directed, like the Research Practice Partnership, which is field initiated but within this scope, racial equity also within this focus scope. So I highly recommend looking into Spencer if you are in the field of education and you're searching for funding. The Spencer Small Grant is actually a great starting point if you are an early career scholar and you are looking for an initial or just to test the grounds on a certain focus point for your research, the Spencer Small is a great opportunity. So I hope this brings you closer to Spencer, and it gets you excited to navigate through their resources and hopefully apply for one of their grants. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video.